Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Welcome. It's Thursday today. I've been back on the boat since Tuesday night. It's a little overwhelming to be back since I have so much stuff to do, and being back home in Europe was just so nice. It's good to be around people, and now I'm here on a beautiful tropical island, but alone. Um, so today's goal is to get off the dock. I have to finish paying. So I have to pay the rest of my bill. I'm waiting for a diver to come by to release one of the lines they installed for me because I can't leave after that's done. And I got to do an engine inspection and a few other things. Hopefully I'll be done by the morning, and then I can start looking at completing my other tasks. All right, pretty much ready to go. I've checked out of the marina. I pulled up some initial lines, but I gotta pull up the rest. I'm gonna turn the motor on for that just in case something happens. Luckily, there's no one next to me, so I don't have to worry about hitting anyone. Hopefully this goes smooth. So I'm exhausted, and I think I need to jump in the water just to get all this gross sweat off. Today, I'd like to get my new alternator installed. I am not quite sure that it fits where the old one does, so I need to check that. And also, I don't know how to wire it properly. Looking at the back, I think this is the tachymeter, so that says how many RPMs the engine's turning at. I believe this goes to the plus side of the battery, and then this guy goes to the negative side of the battery. And the D plus, I'm not quite sure, but I think that I don't need to wire that because it just says if it's like an indicator for if the alternator is charging the battery. Well, they look roughly the same size. All right, it's in. I had to jerry rig it a little bit, adding this bolt and these washers here. The reason being is the previous setup for this had this component here and then this as well. And I don't know why that was there because it didn't fit particularly well, but at least with this alternator it's a little bit bigger, so I don't need that other component at all. And this fits as it should, except it's too far in. So put some stuff here to space it out a bit, and it looks like it lines up. I guess we'll see when I actually get a chance to run it, which will not be until I figure out how to wire this guy. Because if you run an alternator without any load on it, from my understanding, it just sort of explodes. And that would be a waste of my whole day. In this episode for food, we're reviewing this. Now, I found these in the grocery store, and they're room temperature. They're just kept on a shelf. They last, let's see. This one goes bad in a year. And you heat them up in the microwave, or if you don't have a microwave, you can boil it for 12 minutes in, well, not boil, you can put it in simmering water for 12 minutes. So this is the carbonara. Let's see. Plop. Well, looks a little bit more soupy and not quite as yellow. I guess it's taste test time. Not that great, but it's edible. Alright, I'm feeling more confident today than I was last week. So yesterday was Sunday, and I took some time to read a bunch and ask on the internet. And while I'm still not 100% confident that my alternator install is going to work, I at least feel comfortable that it won't burn down the boat or anything serious like that. I just came back from the store where I bought a bunch of cable and had it crimped, and now it's time to install it. I gotta do a little prep work first before I can actually install the cable. Like, I need places to connect it to. And then we'll go. Hopefully it works. Oh my lord. A squall came through, so I had to close all the hatches, and the little bit of work I did inside trying to find some stuff, man, I just broke out in a complete sweat. I feel disgusting. But so anyways, for prep work, I want to run the wire from the alternator that goes to the battery here, and then up and over, and then down into the battery. And I need some way to hold these. So I got these little brackets, and I think I can screw them in here, and then I'll twist tie the wire to the bracket. The next part that has to go in is this fuse block, which is going to go right down here. I wanted a 150 amp fuse, but on this island I could only find maximum 125. The guy that runs the store Tillicum was super kind. I'll ask him questions and he helps me out, and he gave me a 125 fuse for free. So that was very nice. I like buying stuff from him. Well, my electric drill is too fat to get around here, and I don't seem to have an extender. So these screws are gonna have to go in manually. It's okay, I think it's pretty much wired. So we've got this wire coming in to here. That's B+, so that goes out the battery. We have the ground wire coming out here, and that goes underneath the engine and connects where the battery ground wire is here. Then this red line wire goes all the way through here, there, to the fuse. And last step is to connect this wire to the battery. Okay, so everything's wired up. I'm gonna inspect one more time and then turn it on and see what happens. Well, something entirely unexpected happened, and that is the engine ran for a few seconds and then turn off as if it has, as if I need to bleed the air out. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna try to bleed it. I don't know if this is actually a sign that the alternator's pulling too many horsepower or something. Got no idea, but nothing exploded. I've been at this for over an hour and still can't get the engine to start. I don't know if it's the alternator or I just need to bleed it even more. Usually I've been able to start it after bleeding in less than an hour, but I'm just not sure. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. It's really frustrating because tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. I'm supposed to motor over to the dock to get some work done, and I might have to cancel that, and I don't know when I'll be able to get it done again. So that sucks. We'll see. I'm also afraid of burning out the starter motor if I keep on trying to start it again. Ugh. This week has not, the last 7 days have not been my 7 days. Last night, when I was about to give up, the motor turned on, which is pretty great. Unfortunately, the alternator didn't charge anything, and I have no idea why, so I've got to troubleshoot that. But right now, it's about 6 a.m., and I've got to go I'm gonna bring the boat into the shop where I'm gonna get my davit work done. So putting up fenders, pulling up the anchor, and motoring over there. The big problem is when they do this work, they take down my solar panels, which are currently my only source of energy. So I really have to figure out the alternator once those panels come down. Otherwise, I'm in pretty big trouble in terms of charging my boat. All right, I'm back in my anchor spot. A lot's happened in the last 10 hours. I'm pretty happy. I successfully docked at the stop that. I successfully docked at the fuel dock, pretty much by myself. Somebody came out to help me as I was doing it, but I'm pretty sure I could have finished it myself. So that's pretty cool. It was a lot of this boat stuff ends up being less scary than I imagine it, but I like to think that me stressing out about it sort of makes me prepare more and be more cautious. So it's not pleasant, but it's okay. And then, so I went to the fuel dock to pick up a friend because getting into where they're doing my davits, I definitely don't think I could do by myself. It's just too tight and it's too weird of a maneuver. So I got some help there. And now my davits are off. So there's nothing back there. They should be here. The solar panel that was on there is now here because I need some way to get some energy. And it's going to be Thursday or Friday until they're done. In the meantime, I have to figure out which solar panel I'm gonna buy to replace these because these solar panels are trash. And then they'll be put on, and then I gotta wire it up, which is gonna be a whole other thing, but I think that won't be so bad. And then I'm gonna have a, for this boat, pretty sweet power situation. I still have to fix the alternator. I don't know what's going on there, but I haven't even had time to try to troubleshoot it. And I don't know if I'm gonna do that today or not, just because today's been so hectic. But I would say I'm pretty happy with myself. It's been a very stressful 5 or 7 days, but I feel good that I have a lot of things in motion and things are coming together. I'm frustrated about the alternator, but other things are looking up, and I've also gotten more comfortable doing stuff on my boat, and that makes me really happy. Hopefully by next week I should be able to do like a solo sail or something like that. That'd be really cool. Well, I got it! It's working! 40 amps! That's amazing! Oh, I feel so good now.